There go the nades straight into the upper side, down the vents, and we have ourselves a B play. Tessus has to be careful of that potential flank. Oh my goodness, Exertion straight in with the headshot there, Anders, and it is a battle here. That looks pretty favorable right now for MOUZ in a 5 versus 3. Gonna get themselves an afterplan.
What kind of absurd peak is that? Who just drops like that from the ceiling? That's a rare way to take the fight, but obviously it's worked fantastically well. Kicksan and Magus left.
Nico called it in the little press conference there. He called that Exertion in the studio. Apparently that's a buff for Exertion.
I love that. I wish he could have stuck to it. Like, he had to break character at the end. I wish he would have just, you know, pretended like he really was, you know, just calling him out like that. It would have been funny. But, yeah, obviously no chance to even get close to a retake here. So you're just looking for some exit kills if you could be allowed to do that. Some really awkward fight here. Yeah. Nobody's hitting any other bullets. Magus will eventually get a second kill on the board, so a little bit more money to work with. But MOUZ begin with a bomb plant down in B. I did a check real quick because I thought maybe I'm just wrong, but I think all the rounds that they won last time they played Nuke in Melbourne.
And there are those outside smokes. Now, how will this be read by Falcons? Because we can see MOUZ are nowhere near the outside.
Yeah, it's just going to be Exertion, make it a walk across. And I think Falcons already saying, you know, it doesn't feel like much is going on here. Execute onto the ramp instead. Tessus trying to relocate with a deagle in hand. They are going to be coming for him rather quickly, but Exertion goes down. And again, that is a big indication. They find him alone. They know what's happening to the rest of MOUZ already. Rotating down below. Nico getting one more kill here. Tessus, a headshot would be delicious, but he's not going to be able to. It's just Nico tapping away, murdering more people on the MOUZ side. They shoot Spinks to the back and leave Torshi with no backup whatsoever. Alone versus 3. No time on the clock. Nico with a quad kill, making it work with the French rifle.
Beautiful read there from Team Falcons. Certainly prepared for this game. MOUZ, I'm sure, will get a bit more aggressive here.
Ooh, well, you said it. A little bit more aggressive out there right at the beginning, but that smoke, that waterfalls off of Mini, it wasn't there in time. So Exertion gets caught instead. And Nico in the yard. You don't want him fired up. He's going to be playing the mirror position on the T side. He's going to be out on the yard too. If he's already feeling good in the first half, that will be a problem for MOUZ. No question about it. But I do like this from Spinks. And it is a classic MOUZ strategy, wrapping around towards heaven. Even when Sue is on the team, they love doing this. And I think Brolan has kind of, you know, inherited it that much. Should be a good opening as they set up for it here. Looking for the double. He'll get it, nearly the triple. Nico going to get traded out by Brolan. And just like that, MOUZ are back in the round.
And in the meantime, Jimfat had crept into the vents, has made his way back up Secret on the outside and able to collect that bomb swiftly. Obviously, the round not over just yet. Manasi and Tess is still alive here to make a go of this one. And the bomb needs to be planted here by MOUZ. And the footsteps will be audible. So all the information here for Team Falcons, at least where one player is. But will they understand that Brolan is right next to Jimfat currently as they make their way up the ladder?
Yes, no grenades except for the flash on Jimmy. So they can't really stop them from getting out. Nice grenade. Oh, watch this, a flashbang. He couldn't see a single thing. And Brolan now creeping on. Now he's got the right idea. Wins the first fight, trying to escape into the hot, and he barely survives. He's down to 14 health. But Monesi, he does have the kit, so he's just going to stick it there. No reason why he shouldn't. Brolan, oh wait, he comes off it. Monesi, he wanted to do it. He could have done it as well. Now he's almost out of time at Brolan. Wanted to peek in 1 last second, and Monesi somehow manages to time it to perfection. Falcons. This is the other variation where you see Jimmy is alone inside of a lobby. Not that Falcons know that, but just to point out that if they were to find Jimmy there, I think they can put together almost the rest of the puzzle. Smoke going up here, and it's going to block everything for Nico. We can't see a thing there. Even diving down, Spinks in front of Unbreakable here. Gonna get the shot anyway, Monesi. No problem. He's so lucky to stay alive, though. Exertion very nearly had him.
However, really good pick there from Torshi on the secret area. Even though they're losing players, MOUZ Sports outside, it's going to be the case that there is... Oh my god, there's some timing there for Jimmy. Let's see what he can make of it as he goes for the engagement. Nice kill onto Magisk. And now there's still an opportunity. 2 versus 3 here for MOUZ. 50 seconds on the clock.
And Nico walked through the smoke as well. There's no reason Jimmy should ever be checking this when the smoke fades, although he is actually looking for it. He's got the right idea. That's very smart. He didn't see it. He had no idea that he was going to be there, but just raw instincts on the rifler there. And Torshi, unfortunately, pretty much an unwinnable position. The bomb, not in his control. It's up there. Yep, you know, the A-bomb site. This time, again, 4 outside with Jimmy inside of the lobby. He's playing far back so as to not get crunched in case the CTs are aggressive, but right now, they don't feel any need to. It's going to be Nico holding this lineup.
Ooh. Great opening there from Exertion. That's going to put the pressure onto Team Falcons. So finally, MOUZ in a really nice position. 1 minute 20 on the clock. They have a lot of control outside, so they have a lot of options here, Anders, in where they can pressure. As you've mentioned a lot of teams really favoring using control like this to kind of try to get into that B play.
The odds are really in their favor here.
Oh, Magis is getting closer and closer to those secret players. That line of sight is still open. They haven't disappeared down the stairs just yet. As he gets closer and closer, they're coming back into the yard. Magisk here, set up for a huge play. And he's just going to take them both down. Another player there on the outside. And it's great damage despite going down to Brolan. But m0NESY is there from Squeaky. Gets crunched, but at least gets one.
Yeah, still not over yet. Kixan is here. The bomb's outside. There's only 15 seconds left. They need to pick up that bomb and make a bit of a run of it. Jimfat, the one to try and do it. And he misses the fight. Oh, no, Kixan. You've got to get at least that kill now. Exertion would have been on top of him right away.
And Falcons haven't really peaked the secret with anything so far, so it's certainly a great thing to do it first with your AWPer, and so we'll see if m0NESY can get any value. Typically, there's going to be Molotovs and things there to really stop any shenanigans, but Exertion, he's just going to go straight down, and the AWPer's the perfect weapon for this. Have to see if his reflexes are quick here, m0NESY, as he gets teased and absolutely nails the shot onto Exertion. Very well done there from m0NESY.
You can see Exertion again trying his best to, jiggle out any kind of an early shot, and he wasn't maybe far off. Tessus is going to be falling back. They also know that Brolan was outside, so again, I think they know it's the same split towards the bomb side. I think they have such a good read right now, Falcons, of what's going on. From one, finding Exertion, but then Brolan throws in the Molotov from the back of the yard, and they can put the rest together, especially with Tessus saying, yeah, they're going towards the ramp. The only maybe wrinkle here is the fact that they've kept on pushing up. Nico was not ready, and Jimfat takes him down straight up the ladder, and now Magisk inside of the bomb side. He needs a little bit of backup, and I think there is someone coming in. Tessus up the ladder behind him, ready to try and receive. The two Danes trying to hold on to the A side as much as they can. Is not successful at all. Defeated by the Finnish rifler. 3 on his side, and now m0NESY and Kixan. Very tough round to retake. If you wanted to get a go at it here, you need to buy some space for m0NESY to get up out of the ladder.
And that might be the space there. That kill means everything. m0NESY up the ladder, just like you said. But will they expect this position from Brolan? He's trying to really milk this one. Find that perfect timing for the peak. And he's found a great timing for the peak. And the follow-up is there for Brolan. The in-game leader delivers here for MOUZ.
If I just say enough numbers, no one will actually hear what I said anyway.
Yeah, you just confuse everyone, that's fine. All right, well, gotta be careful. These Eagles, one more attempt maybe before they can jump on this position, but it's all a bait there. Magisk, who's been boosting up. See what he can get. How much value is this bait? You really want to get one. They actually look straight for Magisk here. They understand the setup, but still, kills are raining in here for Team Falcons. Spix will clean up ever so slightly there to keep the numbers advantage, but oh my goodness, Magisk is coming alive here on ramp.
They really should never get away with this. m0NESY on the one side, Magisk on the other. He's picked up a rifle as well, and a straight headshot to take down Jimfat. Disastrous here for MOUZ Sports. Why is this happening? Why are they going into the stack on the ramp with the boost up there? It's such a classic position. Exertion goes down, and Falcons, they rob MOUZ of a round that should have been theirs every single time. Oh, it happens so often, doesn't it? It is hard to judge, but my God, here we go. Fast into the A-bomb side. We asked for it earlier, finally. In the final round, it's m0NESY. Picking up a headshot on Exertion, he's stopped them in their tracks. They can no longer get onto the A site. And they've lost the bomb just to make things even worse. Jimmy and Torshi are 2 versus 4. It would be justice if they could get this round back somehow in a clutch, just because of how they lost the last one, but it's Counter-Strike. It's not a court of law here, Dan. There's no justice being dealt out.
There's no justice.
No.
There's no justice. I think there's a lot of evidence that does not exist, but they'll definitely give it their best shot here. But with Magisk on the flank, it seems like it's almost all over. Jimfat not expecting that, pre-aiming. Well, I don't think he even had necessarily the awareness to pre-aim something there. That was so surprising from Magisk. Now just Torshi left.
And we're living in a world of Counter-Strike here where to win these kind of rounds is just epically rare. We saw yesterday, was it with Exertion, the 1 versus 4 the day before, trying to win it on Dust 2, and he did, but it is not often. Tessus takes him down at the end, 7-5 in favor of Falcons. Their fortunes, can they pick up this early map win? Maybe with the pistol round in the second half, it's doable.
It certainly is. A fast pace coming in into the upper side here. Nice opening headshot from Torsi, taking down MOUZ. And the dualies are ready there from Exertion. But a quick bob and a weave, and we're in the lower side here for Team Falcons.
Well, that's a surprise. A Gush as well onto Jimfat. Lucky to be alive behind this one. It's actually not a P250 on Nico. I think he normally has that on the T side of this map, but they wanted to dive down into B. They've lost Kicksand at the same time. It's a nice position for MOUZ, but it is not at all a 1 round yet. 3 versus 5. They're going to count to 3 down, and they're going to go.
And here it is, Tessus is ready. He's got to get a couple here, but it's going to be just the one. Jimfat with 2 headshots, and now it gets even worse. A 1v4, Magisk against the clock here. The defuse surely coming in very shortly. His position now spotted, and it's just the dualies. What do you even do against that Anders?
Just so many
He's running
bullets.
all over the place.
You could see that they're all the time turning around to look. Like every 2 seconds, somebody's looking for mini. Torshi's out here calling it. This really for them is a game about finding Nico. If they do, they might have a chance here. Oh, he's found Torshi out in the open, and a rare couple of misses for Nico. That almost never happens. And now the question is, what do the rest of the team do? They were expecting Nico to get that kill, and then they could have gone onto the A bomb site, and it would have been absolutely sick, I guarantee it. But now they've been slowed down. We're talking 14 seconds to try and get onto the A side. Magus has got 1 kill. Tessus will pick it up. Somehow he's up on the high ground. He's walked all the way around to get the job done. They get the bomb planted as well. And Torshi and Jimfat now a 2 versus 3. How did Falcons recover the round after losing really their main point of attack, which was Nico opening up the site?
Falcons know that there's a save afoot right now. They're looking for it. Let's see if they can take the guns out of the hands of the remainder of MOUZ. But, oh, we've got a standoff. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, sorry about lack of justice. Had to be Kicksan, of course. He has just one of the most robotic ways of clearing all of those angles. This time he ran the whole way, but when he does it more slowly, it's so fun to watch. Brolan boosted up now. Falcons, they themselves want a round like this. Not quite going to be as easy here with MOUZ dropping the MP9. Still a 4 versus 4, and Nico's all the way back outside. They'd be found by Jimmy. 3 versus 4. Okay, MOUZ. Maybe there's a way.
I think with Nico coming back there, I think the plan was get that ramp take, and they convinced to rotate down and then come back into the upper side. But now Falcons have to adapt, and they're deciding to go down the ramp. 3 versus 4, so against the numbers of MOUZ. Now smoke to block the window. Torsi on the other side. As Falcons start to slowly scale across onto the site. 30 seconds to go here. And MOUZ aren't fully rotated just yet. There's the bomb plant. MOUZ no.
Torshi. For a minute, it looked like he wanted to shoot his way through. There is a Molotov on Tessus. Now, it's very early, so it doesn't make a big difference right now. It could slow them down, but a little bit later on, that grenade could be absolutely huge. Torshi takes the first tight and drops Tessus immediately. That's just a bit of a start. MOUZ and Kicksan. Time for Kicksan to do something, but shot in the back of the head instead and leaving it up to MOUZ. 1 versus 3. He's picked up the Molotov from earlier. Going to bounce it off the wall just to try and slow them down. He runs straight into the headshot. Very nicely done. And they have enough time for the defuse here, so he wasn't ever going to be able to stop them completely. Kicksan, the Grenadier, setting up diagonal wall. Torshi, though, could he actually see them if they go out by red? He absolutely can. You mentioned frustration on Nico. I mean, we have enough to make like a 10-hour movie of Nico reactions at this point in Counter-Strike history, but we're going to add to it now, presumably. The wraparound, they know what's coming.
Oh, Kicksan is actually going to take him down. All right, so now the round could potentially be back on here for Team Falcons. Still outside, though, still have to make their way through the choke points, and without any time to work with, they're going to have to start taking really big risks here, and it's going to be highly telegraphed. We'll have to see if they can hit the headshots as they move their way back into ramp. Look for the lower sight.
It's so confusing that Spinks doesn't win that fight. He's been playing really well all tournament. There we go, another entry. Tess is the one to pick it up, but it's a double position. An Exertion very nearly ends it. 4 seconds left here. The bomb is being planted, so at least they're going to have a chance to fight for it. 2 versus 3, and MOUZ alive. Tess's now would be his time to shine. He's got to be careful, though. Swings out here. And not going to be peeked just yet. Closing the door behind him. They spot out Brolan. Using that incendiary. I don't think they care about that. They don't mind waiting up here. It's up to MOUZ to try and get close to that bomb. And with a lot of speed behind it, one more headshot for Testis. He's looking to seal it in their favor. 3 kills on him, and Brolan hunting. Panic to try and stop this. That bomb is ticking away in the background. And he taps it once, but he's not buying it. Tessis ice cold on the other side. He finally gets the headshot. Spins around, tries to go for the defuse. Does he have quite enough time for it? He just might! Oh my God!
Again, you know, I feel like the theme is the lack of justice, and as we just keep seeing it. And we're back into the action. It's a fast push here, straight into the ramp, and that is Jimfact going down, so Team Falcons find themselves a weapon.
Straight out of that frustrating loss, trying to make up for it. How sick is that? Rushing the ramp with the Tech-9s and waiting. Oh my God, that's more frustration for him as he gets completely bodied by Brolan again, who, by the way, won that last clutch. 4 versus 4. It's a very, very fast bomb plant here. They have a smoke as well on Kickstand that can really slow down the incoming CTs. Tech-9 swings wide, and Megaski is, I think, a single bullet away from taking down a double kill there. 3 versus 3, and then it's not getting any easier right now. MOUZ, they can't really give up this round here, but they might be forced to. Nico back with the headshot, and now the flank is coming in. m0NESY very nearly does it, but they're out of time right now. I think they know. Torshi's already so far away with the AWP, and he has the kit as well. Spinks looking to escape, but Nico will not let him. Falcons, they claim it back once again, 9-10. This is such a hard fight right now for both teams. What an exhausting way to start a series. It's gonna condition MOUZ a lot. Grenades, they want to do it again. They just don't respect them at the moment. Megas goes down. Torshi's gonna force some respect out of them though. 2 kills, one of them through the smoke while halfway flashed. And finally, they put an end to the Falcons' terror run. m0NESY and Kickstand alone, 2 versus 5 here. The bomb is lost somewhere else. Just take a deep breath, MOUZ Sports. You don't need to lose this round. If everyone communicates, if everyone slows down this round, you're gonna be fine.
Totally. We'll see what they're able to extract here. This defense looks quite nasty. Jimfact in a really good position. Look at that. Kickstand had no chance in hell. And so it's a great finish from MOUZ. I don't think anyone even losing any HP that round. So 5 players survive for MOUZ, and they're back in some relative comfort. As much comfort as you could be, in a semifinals against Team Falcons.
Round number 22 going to be coming up here. Falcons, let's see what they can bring here. It's Torshi. I love that we have this camera angle. First one is there. You can see him looking at the kill feed as soon as he does it. He has no idea. He actually got the flick. Oh! He's actually so sick, isn't he?
He's so good.
Surely going to be rewarded for his efforts here because he's maybe a couple of seconds away from getting the entry as they're executing onto the A site. Jimfact inside, Exertion running from the flames, trying to get out of the misery. 30 seconds left, and they are pushing it. Nico goes down as well, and they knew everything. They had such a good setup to deal with this. Even if Spinks is going to end up maybe with no kills in the round, it doesn't really matter here. He set it up for his team to be ready for that execute. He can see them throwing the grenades from the T roof. He can call it in before it happens and say, yes, it is going to be an A execute. Get ready, boys. They're not necessarily immediately in overtime either. They can still fight for the 24th round, but Falcons, on the other hand, it's 1 Deagle, 1 Mac-10, Tech-9, and then a couple of Galils as they are already wrapping around this A bomb site. Brolan had no idea. Now they're down below, though, and Spinks, and maybe in a bit of trouble here. Doing the best that he can, but ultimately edged out by Nico. 3 versus 4, and a lot of control for MOUZ in this round.
Oh, I love this as well. Back up the vents. And pausing here as well. 4v3. Picked up a couple guns.
They're not in bad positions, MOUZ. See if they can sneak through. Nobody knows. Oh, he checks it. There was a big opportunity there. And they pretty much had the lower part of the map covered as well. So if Exertion could have found that kill, then there might have been a way back into it. Torshi was on the other side with the AWP. So again, he could have been up the high ground. There was a way back into this one. But now it's about saving the weapons if you can. Or maybe even more importantly, denying these weapons to Falcons. Because if they start to pick them up, then next round is going to be even harder here. Jimmy? Doubt he's going to be allowed to do anything fun. Exertion looks like he's got it under control for now. We're at 45 seconds. The bomb's in lobby. There's Tessus with a bit of an opening, and it's Exertion that he finds. Let's see the drop into Mini, like we mentioned earlier, and they're going to try and see if they can crunch it from there. Nice pickup. Brolan goes straight down. What a fast kill coming up from Tessus. We didn't even get to see that. One click and Brolan is deleted. Torshi eats a grenade as they're trying to get up on the high ground here, but the bomb's going to be planted, and Falcons 2 kills away from getting the game into overtime. What a fabulous way to get the semifinals started here. Torshi goes down and kicks and gets the last on Jimmy. And it's overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Falcons claw their way back. Yeah, and that's from those earlier fast pushes that we were talking about. So MOUZ are going to be slightly more worried and throwing their grenades maybe a little bit sooner than you would have liked. Speaking of time, 30 seconds. Kixan, the one to find the opening on Jimfan. That's an issue for the A-bomb side. Brolan, he's got some problems here. He does have one teammate up on the rafters next to him, but they're pushing forward. Spink's also coming up with a potential flank. He's going to drop Modesty before he even has a chance, and this A defense is rock solid. Oh man, I thought that was going to get much better for Falcons. I actually think they had kind of a sick setup, but I guess when it starts with that flank on Spinks,
there's a lot that could happen, but hey, we're into the next round here, and it's another opening outside on to Nico again from Torsi.
So impressive, isn't it? Wait, did they just reveal him with their own grenade?
I think they did. I think they did, Anders.
Oh, kind of a dick move, isn't it?
Hey man, you gotta give Falcons something to work with outside.
I was just praising Torshi for how many times he's defeated Nico out there, and then they go and throw it all away potentially. Jimmy goes down. One-man disadvantage here. We'll see if Spinks could bring him back. He does have the AK stolen from the previous round, and a little bit of a jump here. He's actually wrong on the timing.
He's missed it.
Well, he's still back here, so can kick open the door, and not ready at all. Closes it behind him to avoid any draft or any bullets coming through. Okay, never mind. Wanna see taking care of business. Brolan setting up the initial retake here. He's got Torshi coming in behind him. Another grenade into the smoke, and it reveals Tessus on the other side. I don't know how he lives through that. He should have been so dead. It's back turn as well. And Torshi very nearly getting spammed down through the smoke. He's in a tough position here at the back. 2 people on the other side. Modesty has already tagged him down to 42, and it's not going to get easier. Flashes coming through, taken down. What a dynamic between Modesty and Megascared with the flashbang setup. And Falcons, they win around here in overtime, which I think is really needed.
It is surprising, though. I'm sure we'll see it in the replay. That there's that own goal type of element there with the reveal. And that's, I mean, that's a great opening. Nico has been, again, having such a frustrating game outside. I mean, honestly, it's an own goal, Anders. That's all you can say about that. And Modesty respects it. But ultimately, slowing down Falcons' approach on the outside.
The grenade, Nico again caught in the open, and they nearly line up for the kill. He's going to be so frustrated. It's happened so much out here. Last time this happened, Falcons tried to get up out of the ladder to get back up to the bomb site, and that was a massive mistake. That was where Brolan had the MP9. This time, it feels like they're going to follow through. Molotov to stop any rotations in. The bomb is going to be planted, and I think Falcons are right back on top of this round. Even with a man disadvantage here, this is a strong position to be in. Brolan could have got shot in the back, but Megas explained this expertly. He just doesn't want to show himself. They might guess that someone could be here, but they can't really spend the time to look for it.
Really good post-plant positions here, as good as you could ask for. No util here for the retake, really, for MOUZ. And Modesty in a great position. Lands that one every day against Exertion as the push continues here, but it is just players from MOUZ falling to the floor as the defense looks immaculate there from Falcons. Brolan now is the last person standing, and it's just not going to happen. What a shutdown, and that gamble from MOUZ. I mean, there's advantages to not moving your setup, Anders, but this time it failed for MOUZ. And you know, you mentioned it previously that B site is super favored for Falcons, and MOUZ maybe, I'm not sure, just gambling the upper site. Normally Spinks would be there, but he's up, and we're going to get a fast pace, the pace change. They love it here, and they go running straight into the ramp site. MOUZ, will it work for them as it did for Falcons? Tess is handling it brilliantly, picks away Brolan, and falls off safely.
Has stuck around just to try and get one more headshot as well. It's always risky. Oh, Nico, hold on. He was impressed by Spinks earlier. He said, you know what? I did like that idea. I might try and steal that for myself. Exertion, he should never really be looking for this, but somehow he is. That is so... It's 1 minute and 16 seconds on the clock, Dan. Why is he checking the T-spawn flank at that time? That's so unusual.
What's crazy
rewarded.
is that Nico actually had the first few bullets too, so he's going to be even more frustrated. I mean, we know Nico is frustrated already. That's going to be even worse. He's going to feel for sure. If you get the first bullet off, you should have had that kill. So, yeah. Surprising.
I hope Blast bought those titanium desks, because we've already lost a couple in the heat of the battle, and Nico certainly getting fueled up to maybe break some more furniture. 40 seconds here. Oh my god, that's absurd. What is he doing? Kixan, he's had almost no highlights throughout the match so far, but he just swiped away at that mini position. Will get shot at the back eventually. Jimmy finding himself in an awkward crossfire and taken down from the Dane below. m0NESY getting a kill, and Torshi 1 versus 2, 20 seconds, trying to hunt down the sniper on the other side, but smartly m0NESY's not going to give him the chance here. He does have the bomb on his back, so he could fall down below. And honestly, if he gets the bomb planted here and escapes far enough... Oh, Tess is smart, though. This is a great point to rotate. They do have an HE as well on m0NESY. He's going to use that to blow open the door, so Torshi can't play any weird games. Wait a minute. He misses the shot. It won't be for the second time. m0NESY takes him down. A nice 2 versus 1 here for Falcons. And they're going to pick up another round. They're getting real close. For MOUZ to now get it into overtime and then potentially be denied a victory anyway, I don't think that's going to be a lot of fun. Smoke blown open out here. Nico, for once, he's actually got m0NESY outside, and they were ready for it. Torshi's been doing great work.
Great Molotov, though, from Nico. That's going to slow things down, buy time for his teammates to rotate. But even still, I love it from Exertion. Doesn't want to wait for his teammates. He knows the timing's important, but misses the shot. And that's a key moment here where we have to reset for both sides as MOUZ now reconsider their options.
Jimmy and Brolan inside of the lobby. Kixan, though. Hold the phone, pushing forward. Not quite as ready as he would have liked, but he still somehow wins the fight. How does he get Brolan? I could see how he could have surprised Jimfat here, but Brolan just almost getting the kill. 19 health on Kixan, and now he's just buying time. They're going to wrap around once again. We've said it every time we watch MOUZ play the map. It's something they just absolutely love, and it should work. I don't think there's enough defense. At a minimum, they should get a bomb plant. Kixan goes down, and now the question is, how much more could happen? Megis does get a kill, but he's on the T roof. This is all-out madness. They've all traded places. Now the Ts are playing in CT positions, and the other way around. It's upside-down world. Tess is caught trying to get up. You're going to have to be a lot faster to get rid of Spinks. 2 versus 3 on the retake. I doubt this is going to happen.
Nico making his way up. I don't know that he's made it up there. Oh, but Exertion turning the corner at the perfect moment there, catches him, and now it's just Magic with 11 health, and he's not anywhere close. So you're right, Anders. This was kind of insane. If you look at all of the positional swaps, really, really wild stuff there. Just again, I mean, that is evidence that both teams are so high level that everyone can just start playing intuitively outside their own structures to find opportunities and then seamlessly play off of them.
Okay.
Yeah, get those stats. Let's go.
Why not? Save the AK. By the way, he had 11 health and he went down to 4. Who really wants to fight Nico in the yard at all ever? But they're actually doing it and they are consistently winning. So that tells you they are ready. It's not just a coincidence. They have the grenades down. They catch him as he's walking through the smoke. It's really sick. But this time, oh, Craters, Gravity, defeating Spinks, and that could be the first step in the right direction for Falcons. Close now to winning the map. They just need basically 2 more kills as Brolan is practically dead already.
And Kixan with another one there in the upper side, and now there's no choice but to go straight into m0NESY's AWP. That is absolutely not the direction you want to go in, but where else could you go? m0NESY falling off. They have a 4 versus 2, so Falcons can certainly change the approach.
Here's the flank again. He's far away from the action, so it might not actually feel like a flank to MOUZ because he's just going to be coming in from the ramp by the time the bomb is down. MOUZ really should never win this round. It's so unlikely. 50 seconds. Even planting the bomb is hard to do at the moment. But they have got the digits in somehow. I'm surprised that they didn't get jumped and pushed more. m0NESY, he sees just a fading face around it. Torshi picking up Kixan here. And Jimmy was the one escaping through the smoke now. They have a bit of a shot maybe. MOUZ, can they force it into double OT is the big question. Smoke on m0NESY as well. Testis will get Torshi. It's all up to Jimmy. Turns around, but shot in the back by m0NESY. And Falcons on the defuse. 16 on the board as they pick up the opening map of the semifinals. What a relief for them. It's going to be MOUZ starting on the CT side with Falcons. T side setting up a little bit of a push towards long, but it's just Magisk, I think, taking a peek. Oh, actually, more than that. I take it back. He's actually all the way out pressuring Brolan. Although the rest of MOUZ, interestingly, they're not buying it. They don't feel like it's a lot of pressure at the moment. Nico to begin with. Glock to take down Spinks, and that means Jimfat's alone at the bomb site mid-air. He clips m0NESY out of the sky. Might be on Falcons, but his wings are absolutely gone here. And falls back to try and see if he can hold on to it a little while longer. They are pushing in. Good utility coming in from Falcons to get onto the bomb site. Nico, one more shot. He should be dead right now. How is he not killed? Finally, Exertion takes him down. And he's got a couple of bullets left. 9 here, to be exact. No bomb plant yet. And he pushes into kicks and a drops him. You could see the sigh of relief there for Nico. He got the triple. It will still come down to some of those early kills, because once one of them falls here, it is a bit like dominoes for the A defense. You just tend to get overwhelmed. 35 seconds, though, Dan. It's running the clock very low.
Yeah, and Brolan lost his support here. He's now isolated. He did have Torsi as a bait here. He's a slight off angle in that position, but Magis looking for it. Finds the inside headshot onto Brolan. And now, as you say, not much time. They have to just send it straight to the side. Nico takes down Exertion with the molly. And right now, the scaling is going quite nicely here onto that A site for Falcons.
They got everything they wanted. Deep Molotov onto that sole player at the bomb site, Exertion, who was trying to hold on, so he has to run out while he's still on fire. And Brolan couldn't stand up to the Galil that was coming in. I don't think he had head armor. That sounded like a bit of a meaty shot, so even the Galil there on Magisk is a pretty nice weapon to open up with. Of what's going on, the question is, how do Falcons react? A weird round so far.
Oh my goodness, Torsi's spot there. Imagine if he got into that spot. Unknown, but he's been spotted, he's been tagged, and he is low, and they are coming for him. There's definitely going to be support there. They've got to be careful here, Falcons. They are making their way slowly forward. They are so cognizant that there is a setup in mid, and Torsi trying to force the issue. m0NESY, though, able to handle that with no problems at all. And look at that, the stack and the boost. Nico is the one to get the headshot indeed, and the cleanup there against MOUZ is looking very nice.
I feel like the degree to which m0NESY just doesn't care about the fact that, like, they know, they heard the scope. He knows that he's giving away that information, but he's just basically saying, it doesn't matter because I will just kill you anyway. Fabulous to see. Kind of terrifying to be up against, to be honest, too. Brolan around the corner here. Okay, not the best spray. Tessis kind of slipping up a tiny bit. Won't change the round at all. 30 seconds. They're going to make their way onto the A site here. Falcons, it's a powerful start for them. They've pretty much managed to roll their way forward. They'd love to exchange that MP9 for something better right now. I think that's the mission that Exertion is on. Baited into the shot. m0NESY absolutely knew.
Yeah, Exertion knew that he couldn't just go for the AK without revealing his position. Good attempt. Jimfat takes down m0NESY, at least. And they want to try to fight a bit more here.
Honestly.
Oh, faking the runaway, actually. Never mind. That's been discovered by the HE. Yeah, the great start for Falcons.
Nice.
Gorgeous. Falcons off of that one. Starting to sprint forward. Nice opener from Nico. Hickson will be lost though, but Jimfat with the defense on B, making life difficult here for Team Falcons, but it's got to be careful because Nico is outside B right now, but there's the assist. Exertion coming on through to deal with Nico, but they did not check for Magisk. There's a nice trade from him to hold the space outside the B site and open up time for his teammate to win the 1v1 on the site. Can m0NESY find it here? The delay is really nice though. Jimfat, not just the delay, the frag, and m0NESY with the miss. There's a good recovery though into the 1 versus 1. m0NESY is making so much noise here. The advantage almost there for Torsi, trying to find the timing. The bait comes through. Now m0NESY knows he's got a chance here. Off of the sound cue. Torsi trying to find his way in, and m0NESY's absolutely nailed it. What a timing from him. Oh, they're so good. They're so damn good. m0NESY's in. He's looking great. I mean, that's what you want to see, right? The AWP, but hold that thought. It's another fast play into the long, and Tessus is right out there.
Yeah. There's no real weapons on the MOUZ side, so they are getting chewed up. Parting fadeaway kill from Torshi as he escapes. Puts NiKo down for the minute. Let's see what Spinks and Jimfat can do. But again, with the weapons here, it's so unlikely. And I think Falcons are going to be aware that there is at least a chance. You could find a rare timing, maybe. But everything is going according to the plan at the moment. That 1v1, it's one of those rounds where it's hard to come back all of a sudden. There's the rare timing that we were talking about. And a missed shot. But the B-bomb side is empty, so regardless of what happens here, they can just make a run for it. Kind of annoying if they give up too many weapons to the CT side, because that's obviously the first step for any team to sort of make a recovery here. Maybe they can steal some weapons away. There's no chance to win. They don't have the kit. It's not going to be a 10-second defuse in a 3v3. Not on the B-bomb side of Dust 2. Yeah, trying to do what they can. Make a bit more money, make it more expensive for Falcons. I do appreciate it. Okay, that's kind of a sick spray down. And they're going to be careful now here. Spinks sticking around. m0NESY will drop him as well. So they do lose the AK. Kind of a shame. I feel like that would have been nice. They have money to buy a MOUZ. You know, the end of the world, but obviously you cannot buy the AK on the CT side. The dream of the comeback, I think it has to start right. It has to be in this round. They're going to blow open the smoke, see if they're ready. Torshi's got the AWP on the other side. So yeah, again, straight fight down the middle. m0NESY is so close. It'll be NiKo, his partner in crime, as they double up to take down Torshi. A flash in to set it up. And m0NESY throws the flash. They actually are a tag team. First he wounds the enemy AWP, NiKo kills him, then he gets flashed in, and NiKo does the rest. m0NESY's henchman here in the middle. Exertion is finally sick of it, and will take them both down.
That's a big moment there from Exertion. They seemed unstoppable. But now the round calms down. Falcons have to assess their options, holding for now to see if there's another move, and there certainly is. MOUZ moving through the doors. There is a player lower, and it's going to be Tessus. Exertion had no idea, and oh, okay, we get the trade coming through from Brolan. Great timing, capitalizing off of that, but 40 seconds for the 2v2 here for Falcons to decide where to go.
I mean, there's 2 Danes left. What's awkward is the fact that the bomb's in middle on Tessus, right? If Magus had it, it would be different. But Brolan, he's well aware that something could be coming. 27 seconds. I actually think this move for Brolan is super smart. Let's see if he gets the timing down right, but that is the bomb on Tessus. If Brolan wins this fight now, the round is officially over. I think Magus is way too far away to do anything with. Oh, he makes the noise as well, and Tessus knows. He slipped the net. This is absurd. He's going to be running into it. They will be able to get the bomb plant here, but he can't really break for it. He has to make a straight run out long to get spot, and Magus, he doesn't go for the fight. He wants to stay alive here. Brolan actually took almost no damage on that one. So this round is somehow still on.
Brolan going for the frag. The confidence there is going to work out for him. Tessus desperately low against 2 players. Over the top, and he finds the headshot, but he's opened to Brolan. And that's going to be MOUZ with a much-needed round.
And can now try and do something here. He gets pulled everyone away. It's just Jimfat at the back of the B-bomb side, and it's due to m0NESY. He's sold it over on the other side. 20 bullets here. They do line up for him, and it's a lot of damage. But now catching the cross, any rotation through here is going to be dangerous. They want to hunt down m0NESY, but look how smart he is. This is something that we mentioned earlier on Nuke. Sometimes not fighting is such a better choice. Now they are wasting their time. Oh my God. Say it isn't so.
Outrageous.
How could that be? I actually need to see the replay. He hardly saw anything. By the way, he's not even fighting. He's fighting Exertion, who's pushing him down at the same time. This is why the Falcons wanted m0NESY. This is why they had to get him on the team. He is a once-in-a-generation talent. Back for more. Takes down Exertion and pulls the rug up from under MOUZ. It's 7-1 in favor of Falcons here. A devastating shot that cuts down the middle of the map. I think it definitely is it's sort of an out of meta thing to go long and go back the way that they are. But it could also just be a reflection of the fact that, again, MOUZ aren't pushing up so much. So there's nothing much to fear for Falcons to actually fall back in some of those rounds.
Fair point.
Oh, MOUZ actually goes down. So an opening kill, 8 for the very best they could do right now on the CT side, and that is not great. But if they can get there, I'm not going to count them out yet, MOUZ. Real tough at the moment for them, though. Flash around the corner, not at all efficient. It's going to be Nico dead next. 5 versus 3. It's right there for the taking. Either that or they will just execute and rotate back with Tessus. But I wouldn't be surprised if Tessus is sort of the lurking player that's going to set up a couple of shots. There was one attempt. He is out here, but the bomb's on the other side. So Tessus is on his own. Just a lone ranger out there. MOUZ. Yeah, he wanted to run back to catch up with Tessus. Unfortunately, he's dead before he can even get there. So round is secured here. MOUZ, they're going to get rid of one last player. Dropping MOUZ finally. He's been so hard to take down. Probably makes no actual difference in the round, but in just in case if there had been a rush, it would have been weird. Easy shot right there, just as the smoke goes down. And catching Torshi in the middle so early on here. We'll see. They just need one more piece of the puzzle, really. You know, you got a little bit of information from finding that shot. If you get any sense that there might be sort of a, you know, double stack on the A bomb side of it, you can guess that there's probably going to be one of the B bomb side here. So just one more bit of information, but they're not going to wait for it. They will just straight execute here. Quick decision being made by Falcons to overwhelm the defense at A, and so far so good. They're getting close. Unfortunately, they do burn Tessus. Their own Molotov. Nico trying to make up for it, gets the headshot. They know that Spinks is here somewhere in the smoke, and it's MOUZ to find him. 13 kills, Nico on 12, and Jimmy walking in from the B bomb side. He couldn't even get there in time. It was such a quick call from Falcons once they got to the catwalk to just try and go for it.
Yeah, and it was an ideal scenario for MOUZ, given that they lost a player early. Usually, once teams will reset as the Ts when they get the 5v4, because the CTs are then forced, because it's so hard to push for info, they're forced to play defensively, and then 2 will be on B, and then 1 will be on A, and then 1 will be on the long position. So then, if you just hit Cat, you're like a 5v1 in those spots. MOUZ had an extra player on the site, so that's why it was kind of ideal for MOUZ. But even still, the execute was so strong. Not as much long control as we have seen early from MOUZ. And that's a good adjustment, because Falcons, after showing it early and conditioning it, have since been playing more towards mid and B in the early portion. You can just see it happening when MOUZ is on the other end of that scope.
Feels so risky. Long spray there for Nico, but that doesn't really matter. He gets the kill on the Spinks, who is 1 in 10 at the end of the half. Tough rate for him. Jim Fat's going to go down. It's Tessus on that lurk smoke, pushing his way out. They're having way too much fun, Falcons. They're doing whatever they want, and why not? They've got such a giant lead. Bomb going to be planted. It's MOUZ making his way onto the site, while MOUZ is just, again, playing his own little game, looking to shoot the captain of MOUZ in the back at some point sooner rather than later. Oh, he's just around the corner. Still, retake is very unlikely for Roland. He's actually so smart. What a rare position to check at that point in the round. I'm impressed. Might not make a difference, though. MOUZ to get the last one, and it will be a 10-2 finish at the end of the first half in favor of Falcons. Is pretty much hitting shots at the moment, so for MOUZ to make a comeback here, to claim this map back in their favor, it would have to be a miracle. They're going to start with a bit of a push towards the bomb side. Kixan is actually already here to receive them, and he goes straight down. Surely they won't slow down. That's just the smoke. I'm shocked that they don't try and run through, but they might have thought it was a trap.
With that said, MOUZ looking for something, but it's almost just given Falcons more time to get better position.
Is he going to flash into from the middle, Nico? They have a couple of interesting flashes here, but none of them are going to be used at the start of the engagement. USP clicks coming out of it. Spinks, he's only got 1 kill of the first half, and he's not going to get more here. MOUZ, execution shot to the back of the head. As MOUZ is ducked down, shooting above the barrels now. He's got some teammates with him, though. At the very least, Nico is here. A jump on over, and a nice shot. Exertion takes him down. Tess is still running, trying to get onto it. It's just MOUZ left, 1 versus 3, and this too much to handle. Jimfan and Brolan getting them back into the game here with a 3rd round, and kind of, I mean, nothing too special, just MOUZ taking a long. It's another thing here where they have to decide if they want to run for the smoke, right? Because Kixan has one, so Assuming they just don't get the immediate kill, that smoke is going to go up, and then there's more decisions to be made from MOUZ right after that. As Meg is all the way in the back, flash on out, straight headshot. It doesn't start well, but that is very well played. Smoke is down, and they do want to run through into the deagle. It's an absolute slaughter. 2 kills, could have easily been more if he had a couple of more bullets. He tried to pick up the weapon at the same time. 2 versus 3, and why not go for it here, Falcons? It's probably a spot in the grand finals if you win this round and steal it away from MOUZ at the start of it. And you don't have that much to lose. Of course, you could save the Deagles and the Scout into the next round, but you must feel like they're a bit weak right now. They haven't even warmed up into the Dust 2 game at all, so why not try and take it away from them? Not going well at the start of the retake. MOUZ, he's going to get dropped as well. So they do hold on, MOUZ, but a real reality check for them.
Yeah.
Why is it every rifler also wants to be an AWPer?
All right, well, it's an opening that's very aggressive for long for both teams here. Very fast engagement straight through the doors and into NiKo. The flash from MOUZ providing quite the assist, and NiKo is just chunking them down, and out of the smoke comes MOUZ with the AWP. The NiKo-MOUZ combo is unbeatable here on Dust 2.
Yeah, it shows that communication. MOUZ only knows to pull out the USP because he'd already got the call that Spinks was low from NiKo, so they're just so quick. There's really no time delay in calling out that information. MOUZ shuts it down at the end. 3 kills. He's up to 19 in total. So he's expecting that they will Molotov him off this position, and then he can just throw his own incendiary, and it's sort of a stalemate. If they peek him instead, then obviously there is an opportunity. Oh, never mind. He's actually sick of waiting for them. He wants to go and find them. The timing is so surreal. That could have been a double. He peeks into it. It is a scout on the other side, but still pretty bold. Smoke and a flash, and somehow Tessus still gets away with it. He is down to 1 health. How does he live through? That was such a clumsy fight in many ways from Tessus. MOUZ flicking left and right. He's just murdered 3 of them before we could even get through the sentence. 22 kills. Yeah, he's already relocated. So B splits. With Spinks, the lone player, coming up out of the other side. Deep grenade. Does he see anything over? He kind of doesn't. NiKo takes some damage there. Jimmy goes down. Meg is still inside of the site. And the Tech9s, that is what they're good for, though. You stay mobile. You've got enough bullets to pretty much keep the fight going forever. Bomb plant, and instantly they pull the plug here for Falcons. It's such a long time before these rounds start to matter. Right now, Falcons, they don't care about losing this round. It's just not very interesting to them. So maybe they can make their way through. Timing is awkward right now. It's exertion, sneaking up the middle. They blow open the smoke to start with. Kicksand sits down and sprays very nearly the triple. Megas put under some pressure. NiKo has already taken care of middle, and Megas, he can wield the AWP. A flick to bring Torshi low, and a 1 versus 3 is MOUZ. How fitting! The final shot to send Falcons right into the grand final.